Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from today's LPL 2024 Spring Split matchup. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Red buff Graves, very strong, picks up those Krugs. And because he spent so much time in the enemy jungle, you might not expect him being there. He's used his quick draw. He does have smoke screen. Can they get the big CC combo though?
Life has flash, can look for the hook. The handshake misses and the last embrace doesn't. And that means it's a very dead Renata who can bail herself out briefly, but there's just nothing to be done. No loan available from the bank.
She can't do that because she's level 2. She doesn't have level 3.
Difficult position with everyone roaming up here. There's no one available to save him. Karescott got a teleport. This looks like a very dead Jace to me. Milky Way is roaming. I just don't think he's going to get here in time.
He doesn't have a flash. You can't get out with a lot of your abilities. Here comes the ult.
Ooh, the skies come falling down. And YuCal helps claim a kill there as Jace put to a very swift and early grave.
YuCal is... that siege is going to be so obnoxious later. Just so obnoxious. So, now we've got TT potentially looking to get themselves out of dodge. Don't walk into the cage. Shoto taking some damage. Cage is down.
Delays it. Flash over the wall for the cleanse from Doctam after the Chains of Corruption land. They're going to blow up the Veigar immediately. Shallow now in a dangerous position. The Dawning Shadow comes through, but it's too little too late. The damage back is pretty good as the collateral damage comes flying across. The handshake onto life is pretty good. HUYY now trying to back away. It becomes a 1-4-2. The problem is that the turnaround damage and the consistent DPS from double AD carries is still pretty scary from FPX. So ThunderTalk can't really sit around.
There's going to be a might buff for them. Important stuff. TP. So teleport back in. We are continuing to fight, folks.
YuCal is here. I don't know how much he's going to be able to do here without the Sky. Cares in a dangerous position now. Remember, they've not got any flash. Has thrown out the pro medal, but
no,
now Life is in a difficult position. Could look to get over the wall, but he cannot. So they will claim one. But that was an unfortunate keeper's verdict.
Especially since YuCal has his ult as well. No, it's not the Sky's Descent, but just hitting the center of it could have been such...
To contest this dragon, they've already claimed the first one on FPX, but it is Doctam and Milky Way that's starting this one up, and Graves not exactly shy at taking dragons, that's for sure. ThunderTalk are now looking to come and contest, though.
Yeah, so Poppy ult, who's it going to hit? No one, and he gets hit by the cage.
Fantastic work. They will now manage to secure that dragon. The hostile takeover is good, and YuCal flying over the wall with the Astral Flight, doing so much work. The damage back as the Skies once again descend. They'll claim life, but the damage back is now pretty good as the teleport's coming flying on in. The last embrace comes on through. Care now in a dangerous position. HUYY on the back side of this one, looking to be problematic. The bailout not going to come on through. The Aurelion Soul down, but already done a lot of the damage. Shallow missing the shock blast on the other side. Dangerous, looking to try and get a kill onto HUYY. So the top laners get traded. The final auto with the bloomer feeling still going to go down as a final auto from the shotgun comes on through. Destiny is a call-in. Milky Way needs to back away. Does not have smite available, so can't really heal off this. Would love to claim the blue buff if they can. Beishwan onto the Poppy. Will manage to heroic charge forwards to claim out Veigar. About the rest of the trade, it's been a relatively even fight so far. The hook goes wide. Teleports can maybe start to come flying through from Care if it goes on that long. The slows from the center really obnoxious. Life can look for a hook. Beishwan needs to think about that steadfast presence. Will not be forced to pop it again.
Oh man,
get the dragon, but the fight is a bit of a mess.
Where do we even start with that one? Surely we'll have a
out of threat range, but did have to pop the dominance.
So another fight coming through. Beishwan into the enemy jungle, gets on top of Milky Way.
That's a lot of damage. A flash on forwards from HUYY helps secure that one, and Milky Way goes down, even with a Dawning Shadow coming on through the jungle. It made poke comps so much easier to execute because you just didn't miss. It was so much easier to set things up, and now Shallow being jumped on. YuCal teleporting in. Oh, this Aurelion Soul is an absolute menace. The knockback comes through from the thundering blow to no avail. HUYY survives the empowered shock blast. YuCal teleports to claim the turret as well, and this mid laner has been so annoying. Point for them. That's partly why he was sticking around, not expecting the setup from ThunderTalk in a weird space, but now actually huge shove and catch onto 1XN. They throw down the hostile takeover, but that Nautilus is way tankier than you think. They tried to play for the tower with the Herald shove, and punish is right there. Beishwan having to flash away, gets knocked out of the keeper's verdict, bailed out to no avail, goes down. The jungler dead as well, and FPX mark the spot, mark the kills, and move over to Dragon to claim soul point.
Oh, huge mistake from 1XN. He walks up beyond the minion wave and just doesn't see people running at him. He has flash. He gets hit by the hook anyway. And the AD carry, which I've had so much praise for, is really the architect of TT's demise in that play. It's soul point. It's a failed Herald play. TT, they were in a controlling position in that mid lane. But because of the mistake of their AD carry, FPX find their way into a massive power play. HUYY might even be getting collapsed on the bot side.
There's 4 members coming. There's no way for YuCal to get over. He doesn't have the teleport this time, so it's just A bit of returning the favor from last time. The cage comes on down, trying to knock him into it. Senna claims the kill, and the turret falls after. Remember, they've got 5 grubs as well, so the shove. Very swift indeed. Milky Way feels really sad. Mountain Soul is always a bit of a poke comp killer. Chocho now in a dangerous position, gets hit with a baleful strike and a primordial burst. Bailed out briefly, and actually the kill is donated over to Xiaolahu.
Xiaolahu happily takes that gold. So, FPX walking towards the top side of the team. That could potentially help him a lot. I don't think Zhonya's is that helpful versus Veigar because he just gets another cage versus you. Anyway, see a hook landing onto Chocho.
That's a big one, and especially if he goes down, we'll try and get bailed out. Does so. They've not managed to bail him out actually until just now because life dies to the skies come crashing down on his face. Milky Way can't stand up to that one. What are you going to do against the guy who made the heavens? Now BH1 getting jumped on by Milky Way. Just don't. That's the problem. Is Milky Way is charging to a wall. Now the damage on the other side is massive. The Dawning Shadow comes across. HUYY just about alive. Will put to pop the Dominus. The kill back onto life. Now the damage on the BH1 will just get the knock into the wall, but he's still going to go down, flashing over the wall. So maybe he doesn't.
Ooh,
the sky says, oh sorry, it doesn't matter right now. The Heavens Fall does a fair amount of work as the Dragon goes down. Is secured. That's Mountain Soul for FPX. Get to back away. UCal will start to Astral Flight away. Remember, there's still the man advantage right now for Thunder Talk. There's no teleport available for life until 18 seconds when he respawns. And they are being corralled away from their own side of the map. Flash across from HUYY, who does get exhausted. Care staying alive. That is a pretty big deal. Reminder, the health bars from Thunder Talk so low. They need to think about backing away.
So, Mountain Soul for FPX, big victory for them. TT, despite the fact that they have, again, this godly powerful UCal, what can they do with it? Teleport in, it's life, he has flash, it's probably 1 kill, I don't think they get more than that.
They get that one, but that with the health bars also low, I think that FPX can just...
I think they can, I mean, do you have teleports on the other side? And Chocho dies from a shock blast. 2 dead. It's not even going to be just Baron going over, it's mid lane out of turret, it's going to be Baron after that point, and... Despite the fact that TT have, at points in this game, had real points of power, they have just misplayed the big fights around mid lane and going in towards the Dragon Pip. Dragon going down, BH1 has his ult, he might be able to spin it up and knock someone away, but he's stunned by the cage on the edge of it and goes down.
Dead to right, still no access to that Sky's Descent, still just a falling star, it's not even off cooldown yet. Care is low, so could potentially fall down here. FPX still on this Baron, there's still no BH1, so it's 1xN and UCal against the world, and that is a scary pair, don't get me wrong. It's too little, it's too late. Knockdown now running away. The Singularity comes through, but they're not going to be able to stop any of the resets as yet.
I wonder if UCal can get his ults. He's not going to quite be able to dodge out in the W. You know that Veigar's technically actually kind of a good guy. Like, he tries to be evil, he's just like...
Not very good at it.
He's not very good at being evil, really. HUYY uses the slice and dice, doesn't have to...
Slow from the Rylai's is pretty good. The damage on the Shallow, who is big, will get the kill. HUYY desperately low up and not down. How many times have we seen that versus the Jace this game? The problem is, once again, the HP bars are brutally low, and UCal has to leave, so the turnaround immediately comes on through, and Poppy pays for the sins of their team.
FPX once again just having better tilts.
Oh, he walks back into the hostile takeover. Did manage to get healed, of course, by the Senna Q. The piercing darkness keeping him alive. Milky Way just about okay, but now UCal can be over the wall, trying to get over, but there's a cage. Flash forward for the autos. Forces UCal to get out himself. Is bailed out, but to no avail. Does go down. 2 kills to FPX. And they can begin to siege further into this base.
Oh, and the Star Forger taken down by one of his creations. The Milky Way coming out on top of that one. 7, 1, and 3 on his graves. Milky Way has not been the main character of this game in the way that we've known him to be in previous ones. I really feel like it's been an ensemble effort of FPX with the full composition, making it so hard for TT to stand and fight.
Ensemble, though, has fed him 7 kills, and that means when UCal tries to pick off the low health Milky Way, a cage from Care and a flash for an end of the line, spells disaster for Thunder Talk Gaming. The FPX train once again has left the station. They'll win game 1. They'll do so with a flurry of kills and DPS. They are game 1's victors.
FPX setting themselves up nicely for what potentially could be a top 4 finish. They win this series, and then they wait on the results of NIP versus Top Esports.
Match what Milky Way did last game, which was just get very far ahead individually in the jungle. Was up a lot of CS, was up a lot of those kills. Brand still probably the fastest clearing jungler. To the other side of the jungle, is he looking to lane swap?
This is looking a little bit like a lane swap. It is. So it's an early invade.
Milky
Way started. Rapsy's just gonna die.
He didn't know the warp was there. They just come straight on over. Base 1 and Chocho picked that one up. And the wild early game.
Wait. Can Beijing just walk out of lane? He kills it. He 100% kills. Shalahoo's just gonna die.
Flash, E, and a Q will do the work, and it's another kill, and Thunder Talk managed to catch FPX well and truly off guard.
Well, if FPX were lightning in game 1, guess that means game 2 is time for the thunder that comes afterwards. They start this game so well. Lane swap, which gets good value out of kills. Thing is, you've got, what's happening? We need to see what's happening on the bot side of the map, really. We can see that Life is left alone versus HUYY.
Two level ones.
There's Shalahoo with a little bit of extra damage, but you got the passive from Brand starting to rail over now.
Ooh, Shalahoo takes a lot of damage. Of course, that damage happens from outside of Tower Aggro. They flash on forward, so they're decent charge back. But there's, again, Chocho's not the one with Tower Aggro. Dockdown now doing some work as UCAL in the mid lane being engaged onto. Nowhere really to go. We'll get a root down. That's not going to keep him alive, I don't think. A final auto does it, and Milky Way does get one back. Towards the top lane we go with Dockdown, healed up a lot. The HP bars are so desperately low. They get another kill as Dockdown manages to punish. Comes the AD carry because it's the Nautilus that farming. He is the one that roams top to match the lane swap. That was eventually one of the later developments in the lane swap meta, was it's just the support that roams to match the lane swap, and so the lanes can otherwise remain the same.
I mean, folks, basically we have... Whoa, that's a flash forward.
That's a big chunk of the Dockdown. He's taken very low. Shalahoo in the backside gets a jump onto the likes of 1XM, but the hail of arrows allows Chocho to pick
Varus Maokai in terms of the damage that Varus has and the lockdown that Maokai has to get some good value. FX now trying to contest on these grubs. I don't think they have the numbers to do this. Karma's coming over.
They've got a lot of damage. Here we go. That's going to be Milky Way engaged on me. So much damage. Chocho's not got a flash. And 1XM's at half HP. Milky Way's got a shield. It's a disaster for Thunder Talk. The resets came on through to allow for the Dirk to come through. HUYY finally here. Dockdown knocked into the wall. Flash for the hook goes well, leaving his base. One had to back away. Now they can do some more DPS. Yes, they've lost the center, but HUYY about to get rooted down and dropped into the dirt. Page one desperately low on the other side as you got hop forwards to block a potential hook. And now Milky Way onto Raptors, and FPX right back in it, evening up the kills.
Alright.
Exactly that. FPX.
Wait, we're fighting again, Sam.
Dockdown's around, though. I think it's all a bit of a bait, because look who else is here. The roots come on through, and UCAL's in a lot of danger. Still has the flash, though, so should be just fine.
Guys, I just realized, UCAL didn't even go for teleport. He's gone for Ignite to be a more aggressive carry. He tries to go aggressive again. He's punished. Chocho getting dressed on, and he's just gonna burn down.
FPX have stabilized so well and begun. Tron is around here, so Dockdown has to be a little bit careful trading out into this, but it's just autoing for the slows. They gotta know that Dockdown is here now. The acceleration game, but such a good ultimate. Oh, HUYY breaks the ankles.
And Beitron double Pyroclasm across Shalahoo and Dockdown. This is turning into quite the spectacle, folks. So grab your popcorn. Maybe you can get that. Maybe you can get that that kind of Dune worm popcorn bucket, because I don't know where I'm going with that. Just
without the flash, does have the Buster shot and the Ignite, so it should be just fine. The
Soul
Flare did hit. No, he still hit it. I think he was expecting potentially a jump backwards. They're trying to catch him in the middle of the air, and there's a Buster shot afterwards. Milky Way's coming on over, but there's no flash. However, on UCAL, which means they can get over the wall with the root, and a final end of the line, and Milky Way picks up a third.
And the Q does double damage. Milky Way, he's always had eyes on him. Game 1 wasn't necessarily about him. It was Care that picked up that player of the game, as you said, between the break as well. TT. They're going towards this bot side river. They don't have their mid laner, nor do they have a teleport should they respawn. Chocho firing the ults.
Nature's Grasp comes along, and they